Okay, hi everybody. We're here to discuss The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 4, Service. And we had a couple of Richonnes scenes today, or last night was. So, where do you want to start?
Little pig, little pig.
Let me in.
Everything about him grosses me out. And
Yes.
I
I'm
I
just,
found I
I'm
found it
sick
very
of him
comedic when
already.
he did the whole little pig, little pig. I had the closed caption on, so it was like in a sing song voice, and it had like the little music notes.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. It's just DirecTV closed caption has gotten really, really, really professional. But
Yeah, and he's really camped too. So it's just everything about him is annoying.
Yes.
the Negan is no, annoying. I tweeted as live as I possibly can last night, and I was like, he needs to just shut up already.
Yeah.
Yeah, why does he have so many lines? It's like, oh my god, I can't take it. Like if he had half as many lines, he'd be less annoying. But it's just so much.
Right. You could have been quiet like Daryl was the whole episode. Like,
Right.
I don't know, man. Daryl looked like he's ready to die.
I'd be okay with that.
but you know what?
Wow.
For like a second, I was like, poor little Tink Tink. I felt so bad for him. And then I was like, you know what? You put yourself in that situation. So you go ahead and you just dwell in it. You put yourself in that situation.
You know what? Sure, he needs to atone for what had happened in the season premiere, but the dude is getting abused. He's getting abused to the whole Stockholm's point.
Yeah, he's being tortured.
But he's
What
also
is he
kind of
getting?
choosing it because he could have just said I'm Negan and be living better.
He was eating them dog food sandwiches like they were delicious. So I don't know. I feel like he's living the dream right now. I'm just saying.
Punishing himself. I think he's punishing himself. I'm feeling very conflicted for Daryl right about now. But I was very
I don't like his he should be strategic.
Then he would be acting like Dwight, and I would hate him even more.
I can't really hear you, Kay.
Oh. I just said that, like, if he said I'm Negan, then he would have to start acting like Dwight, and I think that's like even more gross than, what he did.
That's true. But
exactly. So let him. I'm sure he has a plan. He has a plan.
Does he?
I don't think he has a plan.
He gonna figure a way out by episode 8. Come on, y'all. He gonna figure a way out. He gonna MacGyver his way out of this situation. So get ready for it.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Bring it.
It was a roller coaster ride, but I really enjoyed the episode.
All right, Dee Dee, why did you like it?
The Negan talking.
Why did I like it?
Yeah.
Because although Negan was doing the most and being very oppressive, we saw little inklings that Rick was not gone. He was playing a part. The part we wanted him to play in episode 1, he was playing that part. But when he had that bat in his hand and he really wanted to hit him at the end, I was just cheering from my bed because that was what I'm talking about. He's still there. Michonne's still there. Rosita stepped up. Eugene,
Father Gabriel,
was hiding the whole time.
Oh yeah, kudos to Father Gabriel.
Was trying, pretty much showing that he could, go to the other side either way. So I really enjoyed it. Negan's whole oppressive act was very overwhelming in some senses, but it was some scenes where I saw that it really was a mental strategy against Rick. It was certain things he said to Rick that he made sure it was one-on-one. And other times he did stuff for everyone to see what was going on. So like I said, I enjoyed it because although you have this oppressive dictator, whatever they want to describe Negan as, I could still see Richonnes through and through in the scene despite what was going on around them. And that
I
gave
like
me
the
hope.
episode too. I just don't like Negan, but I like seeing the family. Like I think any episode that focuses on everybody and not just a couple of people is infinitely better. So I really like this episode a lot.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it was pretty fairly balanced. And like because it was like 58 minutes long, like they were really able to like give everybody a chance to like do something, which they wouldn't have been able to do in just 42
they
minutes.
even had Eric speak and Scott speak, and we haven't seen them speak since forever. So yeah.
They gave Samantha's husband a line.
I tweeted Kay, Tennille, and Char last night that I was like, oh my God, there's actually a community.
Yeah, and I was like, did they just pick these people up when they came back after episode 1? Because I've never seen these people in my life. I
was surprised I've actually noticed some of them.
Oh, I was like, okay, Alexandria?
Alexandria 10.
I was just really, I was taken surprised by that. And Deanie, I know you mentioned that there were moments where you know, Rick was playing a part. I also saw that when he was talking to the community as well.
Yes.
He was like, you can see it. To me,
and
the so good of an actor because there was a moment where he I guess he paused and then he said, I am not in charge, like Negan is. Yeah. I think maybe he wanted to tell them something else, like, listen, let's just do what they need, you know, let's just get this out of the way.
Yeah, because he said it and he immediately followed it up with, where the gun at?
Right. Yes. It was just that little speech alone. I was like, you know what? I am still with Rick. This dude is
and
still
that's why
the
I think
leader.
Negan is the devil, because why didn't he go to the church with Rick? I think Negan is the devil.
That's another thing too.
True.
I brought that up.
He can't go on consecrated ground.
In Tumblr, yeah. I said that I think Negan fears the Bible or fears the Lord, or
the way he turned around when Father Gabriel showed up was so funny.
That was hilarious.
You call him creepy or something.
Yes, that is creepy. Would you creep up on somebody like that?
Like, would you like to pay your respect?
You could have got popped with Lucille. You know what I'm saying? Playing like that.
That was creepy.
Better be glad he didn't have Lucille.
It reminded me of you. Because in a couple of our chats, you kept like shouting, "The powers of Christ compels you."
Yeah,
and I was like, I was waiting for Gabriel to say something like that, like "be with God" or something. Because it just seems so right at that moment that Negan would fear a man of the cloth. Because I actually like that. So he has a weakness.
That was funny.
And he
has that Bible in his face.
Widow fetish as well.
Yeah, that's gross. Ugh.
Yeah, he's weird. He's just sick.
Yeah, he's just all the way around.
So he's supposed to be sick.
Oh, people don't see him that way. That's what concerns me.
I don't engage
with people.
I don't.
But you know what? There's some people that marry people in prison and do that kind of stuff. So you can't never tell. Some people, you know, see other things, but they're going out of their way to make sure that Negan is as oppressive as he can be. He's really being more oppressive than he really needs to be to get his point across. So,
by taking their furniture and stuff, that was just out of line. I was just like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I thought about that. I believe the reason, where's two reasons why that was interesting. One, because it's like an aftershock. You already got sort of violated, and then he doesn't burn them in front of everybody. He puts them in a place close to you where when you leave, you would run across it. So you don't get, you may have maybe a moment where you're not even thinking about him and you just happen to be going on a run and bam, you see all this stuff that they took from you but didn't really need. So they discarded it in fire. That's one thing. And the other part was, I'm thinking maybe he doesn't want to make his men like lazy or enjoy too many of the comforts. So he wants to sort of keep everybody on a certain level. And that's why he wanted to take it from Alexandrians, but he didn't really want to take it home to him, to his compound.
I don't know. You're giving Negan too much of credit. I think
I'm giving credit. Why would
I think he just did it to be petty. I think he just wanted
That's what I got.
He's being petty.
That was
he's just petty as hell.
I can do these things because I can, because you can't do nothing about it. He's a grown ass bully, pretty much. So I don't know. So that right there.
Well, I'm not saying he's not petty, but I'm saying that I wouldn't say it was just about being petty, because if it was just about being petty, he would just burn it in front of him. That would be the most petty, to take it from him, go through all that, and just burn it in front of him. No, he takes it a little bit further away from them than the front gates, and then burns it. So yeah, I'm sure he's petty. I would never discredit that, but I think it's like a mental game he's playing as well.
Well, yeah, definitely. It's psychological warfare.
Yeah. But can we talk about Michonne with that deer though? I was like, if you don't put that damn deer down, if you don't put that damn deer, I was like, girl, you wearing that thing like it's like a coat. Like that is your chinchilla coat.
Yes.
Just like I was like, girl, put that damn deer down.
Why didn't Rick
she drop it and get the deer?
I'm like, you walked like 5 miles back to Alexandria with that big ass deer. That didn't hurt your neck. Girl, gone.
He was chilling. I wish she left it in the house though. Like, why did she bring it out?
I know.
I hated that.
Well, to justify the rifle hole, the whole rifle story, which is true, but you want to justify it as well. He didn't go into, okay, she's really practicing so she can one day take one of y'all, all of y'all down. But if you got the rifle, you have the deer, then go on and
I see.
Go and give full
deer
exposure.
Wasn't shot, but okay.
It wasn't, because I was like, if she's got that, where's the blood? Blood should be all dripping down on her shirt.
That's true.
She shot it. I just was like, she's really holding this deer. And then when you pan and you look at her behind, the fence, she still had that deer on her. And then when he took it, she took it off and threw it on the ground. I'm like, girl, you still holding that deer. Like, how much does that thing weigh?
Right.
I would have threw that thing. First thing. Yeah, Rick, take this gun and take this deer. Go on.
I'm going on.
I'm sorry. I got distracted. Are we talking about the deer coat around his shoulder?
Girl, yes. That's what I called it. Chinchilla. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Bambi mink.
Yes, that little mink coat.
That was a small one too. That was small. I don't know.
But I still wouldn't have been able to pick that up and put that dead weight on my shoulders. I got bad, a bad neck. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Dragged it.
I don't want PETA coming after me, but I do love looking at fur coats, and I wouldn't mind wearing a fur coat. Yeah. It's just a luxurious.
Y'all are terrible.
Oh my goodness.
I could see, in Michonne's past life, she was very sophisticated. She was in the art world. I'm not saying that she will wear a fur coat. However, I can see her walking out of her lavish apartment with Mike, wearing those like really nice coats. Very, I don't know. I guess maybe that whole deer on her shoulders just
It
sent me
kind of
somewhere else.
upset me because it kind of made me feel like she looked a little manly when she was walking to the gate. I was like, why is she walking like that? Why is she walking all like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
I don't know.
girl,
Maybe you. I don't know who all had a problem with the dare around her shoulders,
I
but
did.
I just saw her walking up like I see her walking straight up to Negan, like, yeah, you know, motherfucker, I see you and you see me. So what you gonna do now? I don't know. I just feel like she's
That's a very important issue. How do you balance femininity with being capable?
I still think she looked.
So
I thought
sometimes
she
she may
looked
not come
great.
off as
I
the
thought
most
she
feminine,
handled the
but she's
situation
capable.
amazingly. Like, I mean, her pretty much her husband just took her gun away from her to give to Negan because she knows that if he finds out that they have another gun around, yeah, he's gonna kill someone. And then now that she has to give them the dare to, I don't know. I thought she handled it very well. I mean, she didn't hand it to the girl. She just dropped it on the floor like you can pick it up your damn self.
Well, it's a couple of, well, you could look at that situation another way. Rick really did not have to disclose that gun because if they're going on runs, they can run across another gun. That could have been easily explained, but I believe he did want to do it because he wanted to negotiate Daryl. So he was willing to put that card on the table to see what happened, which was smart, but it didn't have to be played.
It was one of their guns, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it
was unaccounted for. Yeah, it was unaccounted for.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, and that's another thing too. They are not really structured over at the sanctuary because they didn't inventorize their guns. But I'm sure now they will, because now that Negan saw that all this stuff has been inventorized, you know, he's gonna take that knowledge with him to the sanctuary.
Probably. Oh, I hate them so much.
Yeah.
I hate Dwight. I don't know if I hate Negan more or Dwight.
I hate them both.
Yeah.
I hate Dwight.
You know, I
I hate
think
Dwight
because
Dwight is just, but he's surviving. I mean, he's trying to make it in this world, and you have to live with your choices. So he's living with his choice, but he's being a total DICK, and it's no need for it sometimes. But I sort of thought it was interesting. Him and Rosita, that could be an ongoing issue because they started in season 6 with their little interaction, so they may get some more opportunities in the future to play that up. So I thought that was interesting, and then maybe Sherry and Daryl will be paired up at the compound. So it could be interesting in the future what they decide to do with those characters.
All I want to see is Rosita put a knife in Dwight's head because he's the worst.
Yes, in his neck. Let him.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Me too.
Whenever he says her name, I'm just
but
like.
She did tell him that she saw his dead friend, so she stuck him a little bit before he left.
Rosita is not playing. Like,
not
what?
at all, girl.
I'm ready for her and Michonne to team up and go to Hilltop and just kill everybody.
Girl, yes.
I wouldn't mind seeing that too.
Happy.
What'd you say, Amy?
I'm so happy to see her.
No, I said I wouldn't mind seeing that too. I wouldn't mind seeing an all-girl centered episode.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Another same boat?
No, if people be like,
nah, not like that. Yeah, not like that though. No.
I mean, all
another boat.
Of course, Maggie too. Yes, but it would be Michonne, Maggie, Rosita, Sasha. I mean, just like in season 5 when they went looking for Sasha. Well, minus Maggie because it was just Rosita and Michonne in the woods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just would love to see, because the girls are the ones that are really angry and ready to fight. And like, I don't care what
we're gonna get it.
I'm ready to
I think we're gonna get it.
I hope so. I would cry.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Right.
We're gonna get it.
Are you feeling cold? Okay.
Yeah, I was feeling a little petty. I was like, I wish either Spencer or Rosita would have peed on that bike before they brought it to Alexandria, but no one did it, so I had to just be okay with it. Like, pee on the seat, make them sit on that, Dwight.
I don't care about that. That's a zombie apocalypse. P ain't nothing. They didn't have it worse than that. P ain't nothing to him. He'd be like, oh well, whatever. Get on this bike and gone on. I didn't have my face burnt off.
Probably look it up.
Yeah, had my face burnt off. I don't even worry about you peeing on this bike. No.
Why do they have it so that it seems like Dwight is very obsessed with Daryl?
I don't know. He got real single white female about it, and it's
right.
Yeah, he's upset. I think he's obsessed with Daryl because he wants to justify what he did, and as long as you have someone showing him know that you don't have to, concede to a dictator, he's not content with that. Without Daryl around, he's the big boss, egg sandwiches, being a bully. But you see someone that just told you, I can't make the same choice you made because I have, I know why you did it, but I can't do it. So it bothers him that someone else is, okay with their station where he went back to Negan. So it's gonna bother him. It's supposed to bother him.
It will eventually, but he's being a little bit obsessive with Daryl. So.
He is.
Very.
Yeah.
I don't really care about Dwight's development.
Or it could be he just want to win.
Right.
He wants Daryl to be his trophy. He wants to show that he, finally broke him completely. So it's either one or the other. I think it's personal because he wants to justify what he did with his life, and he wants to, he wants to be able to say, yeah, this, I did the right thing, but he knows full well he didn't do the right thing. So as long as you got Daryl doing what he does, it bothers him on some level. And I think the other thing is the competitiveness of it. He wants to show that he broke him.
But I don't really remember this episode, but didn't Daryl invite them back to Alexandria last season?
Yes.
Yes.
They didn't trust
Most
it.
Definitely, yeah.
They didn't trust it at the time, and then they stole the bike. But the funny thing about it, when Negan was explaining everything in S7E4, he made a point to say he sent out men for Dwight. Dwight evaded them, and remember, Daryl helped them get away, but then he turned around and went back to him. So yeah, Dwight realizes when you see someone that's successing or having is okay with their life, it probably does bother him on some level. So he gets to we get to see what the results of it, which is him being petty. But again, maybe the other thing is he wants to show Negan he can do this task. So maybe he wants to, make Daryl eventually change. But I think part of that, again, is the whole, you have to live with your decisions. And as long as Daryl is maybe a slave, but not conceding, it's bothering him, I think.
I don't know. He's been obsessed and he took that bike, so it's just weird.
He's wearing his clothes.
Yeah, and his crossbow. He just wants to be Daryl.
Yes.
If he stops evading, I'm like, man, you're going too far, Dwight.
He might have already done that.
Yeah.
I think he'll be dyed his hair, his color right. It'll be brown next episode.
Oh my god.
I will die.
That little mole that Daryl has.
Give it time. They probably will do that.
It's probably already written in the second half.
Crazy.
That is crazy. And then next thing you know, Rick will be like, what? I got 2 Daryls.
Does White start mumbling?
Crossbow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
When he asked Daryl to speak up for himself, everybody's like, Daryl can't even speak 2 sentences. Why?
Yeah, like, why would he even saying that? You can't even. He just kept looking down at the ground. I was just like, dang, Daryl.
I think it's more than one thing going on with him. Psychologically, I think he's still not wanting to, what is the word? He's still having a pity party about killing Glenn. That's one thing. And as long as you're there, you don't want anything better for you, because we all sort of agree in one sense that we would understand why he would say I'm Negan, and he didn't. He's okay with being a slave because he gets the abuse and he gets to, I guess, wallow in that stage of, why he killed Glenn, and, I guess reflect on it a lot. But I think the other reason why he didn't say anything is he's probably indifferent, where Rick still has an optimism about Negan, where he said, hey, can I keep Daryl? Daryl's like, this dude is crap and he's not going to give us anything, so I'm not going to entertain this, I'm not even here anymore. So I thought that was interesting.
Okay, so I got a question. I actually got a question from Michonne Smith. I hope I'm saying your name right. Actually, it's really cool. She has it as Miss and then Sean and Smith. Why does Team Family never have a freaking contingency plan in case things go south?
Because the writer's the right one.
Yeah, it's the writing, girl. That'd be too much like right.
Exactly.
We wouldn't have a show.
They kind of had one at the prison with the bus, but it wasn't executed. So
they didn't follow it. They did.
Well, they did, but everybody on the bus died. So,
yeah. Michonne Smith, I think it was in season 4. We talked about contingency plan when they were escaping the prison. It somewhat worked, but it just went all hell in a basket when they couldn't decide which way from left to right everyone should go.
Yeah, like if they didn't get on the bus, they should have said we're going to meet at this place. Instead, they just happened to show up at Terminus. Like, that's not a contingency plan. That's just luck.
Well, it kind of turned into that, didn't it? It kind of did. I know they're gonna be at Terminus.
They're a work in progress, you guys.
How did they not see those Terminus signs before?
Right.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
They just put them up.
Yeah, they had just put them up. They had to paint that stuff. Remember, they had to paint it and get it all ready. So it took a while.
And
another thing that I can't understand, they're
maybe why they didn't have that plan in place.
Well, they're in Virginia, right? Or supposedly they're in Virginia. Well, we all know that they're filming in Georgia. Mm-hmm. But where exactly are they? Because you cannot be too far from a big outlet place. Why are they scavenging in these little?
Those don't exist in this world, Emmy.
Well, I thought that they talked about that a couple of seasons back, that they don't want to go into big cities because it's more walkers and it's more dangerous, so they want to go into stay in little towns.
Right? Big cities, but I'm talking about outlets.
Walmart everywhere.
Yeah.
And they got the neighborhood Walmart.
Places have probably already been used, so
well, you figured
more from going to a smaller venue.
Well, look at Sherwilks, for example, where Noah family was. I mean, that's a little suburbia right there. Normally, when they build suburbia like that, they would at least
stores around
build a shopping center between 2 to 5 miles. That's their. I don't know. I figured
you're thinking too much about this. They don't.
They haven't even thought this much about it.
Because it wouldn't be a show if they didn't go on every corner. They wouldn't be hungry. Negan would not have to be going after people's stuff. He could just go to a store, a supermarket somewhere, and he's good. Wouldn't be no show.
Oh, I have a good one for you guys. Hemi 30. She would like to know, why didn't they burn the inventory list for the guns?
Girl, I don't know.
They weren't thinking.
Well, he
that's
Yeah,
came
they
early,
weren't.
so
they weren't
Yeah,
I
thinking.
don't think
they
was ever
weren't
any of that.
They
ready.
weren't thinking.
And then we weren't looking for Carl to act like an ass in this episode for them to get their guns taken away. So,
Right.
you
Carl
know, he
was
like,
mad.
Carl, didn't I talk to you about,
Leave.
you know.
Carl
You
should
know
have
what?
shot
They all
Negan.
have to go through that though. It's like a process. You are changing your whole way of life, so they all have to sort of buck back. But it costs us something. So hopefully, those that saw it or heard about it can learn from it, because to take all your guns, and I don't know how much of the medicine, but it must have been more than half, because that's what set Carl off in the first place.
He took all of it.
That's craziness.
I don't
Carl
recall,
got
but do
him.
you know who mentioned the inventory list
Uh,
last week?
well, I think I'm gonna say maybe Olivia, because she's so proud of her.
No, the Negan's Tara was telling him that it was 2 guns that weren't accounted
Oh, I
for, and
was
was
like,
bringing Olivia up to face the consequences.
What happened? What I missed?
Why did you call her Tara?
Because her name is Tara backwards. Arat, A-R-A-T is T-A-R-A. That's Tara for Negan. So instead of them being creative, they just named the woman Arat. So that's Negan's Tara.
Still, I didn't even catch
I wasn't
that.
ready.
And remember, I told y'all a few checks back, I knew it was a Tara. That's the Tara that I was talking about. Negan's
Sarah
Tara.
from the other dimension.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so she was the one that found the inventory. But still,
Oh,
you know what? Now that you know what you just did to me, now I'm actually looking. I'm actually
Yeah, I
looking.
want to go back and watch it now.
Yes.
That is amazing.
The writers sometimes simplify stuff a lot, because remember, somebody was saying that they killed off Andrea, and then Michonne named her son Andre Anthony, which is, if you do Andre and add the A from Anthony, that's Andrea again. So I don't know. I guess it's called Easter eggs or something. They just do little cutesy things. But yeah, that's Negan's Tara. So anywho, she's the reason how we got to the inventory, and Olivia.
That doesn't even make sense.
Rick didn't instruct it. Olivia didn't do it. No one else thought about it. And plus, he came a little early. So we don't know if that would have been a thought that came to somebody's head, but he showed up a little early because he missed them so much, he said. So they weren't ready.
Just pretty much to keep them on their toes.
On their toes, exactly. They just been there like a couple of days, 3 days, and you already showing up at their door. Wow.
Hi, my name is Negan, and I don't understand body space.
oh,
But
right.
can you hold my back? Yeah. Hold Lucille. Crazy.
Do you know how many spaces he has been in since he was there? I know, granted, he was tucked to the side of Rick, but I mean, he got in Carl's space, Bubble. Who else? I just feel like he got in everybody. He got in Olivia's. I mean, very domineering and very.
I hope he brushes his teeth.
I know, right?
Michonne ain't letting nobody have toothpaste, so.
Yeah, toothpaste is hard to come by in the zombie apocalypse.
And what is it supposed to mean when he says, give us something interesting? Like, they're just supposed to guess what that means? Like, okay.
I think maybe he wants them to put mattresses.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
you nasty, because why you want to take people mattresses?
I am not sleeping on the floor. We are going to go out. We're going to find a Mattress Express.
There are mattresses everywhere, I'm pretty sure. Just go next door.
You know that. That was one thing they didn't
That is, I don't know why they were making a bed.
Have you guys ever, okay, listen, I mean, when I was young and spritey, it's okay sleeping on the floor and doing your business on the floor, but I can't do that.
I need your 30s and 40s.
Okay, they have pillows.
I need
pillow ain't the same. No, still ain't the
I'm
same.
just saying they'll make do. They'll make do.
Go get a mattress.
No.
Neighbor is
No,
everywhere.
I didn't got spoiled
So
in
you want them to
Alexandria.
drag the burnt mattress back in the house so they can get busy.
No, there are houses everywhere.
Did I
You can find a mattress.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Unless they took all the mattresses from all the neighborhoods.
They took everybody's mattresses.
They probably did, because that was a
Yeah,
lot of
they
mattresses.
did.
That was a lot.
No, I'm saying other neighborhoods, not Alexandria. Like, just go to another neighborhood.
I think that's the only
What were you saying,
neighborhood.
Vicky?
I was just wondering if they just stole the mattresses out of Rick and Michonne's house, or if they just went through Alexandria and took everybody's mattresses.
Well, Rick said they took most of them.
Yeah,
but most of them.
I believe, but you had to take mine.
Do we know if Negan encountered Judith at all?
No, not yet.
It doesn't look like it, and I hope we never see that because I think I'll throw up.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Girl,
But isn't she in episode 7 and he's in episode 7?
Nope.
Yeah. And I heard somewhere he is going to find out about Judith.
I'm just saying he was in their house. I don't know.
He probably knows there's a baby, but I don't know if he saw her.
Okay.
And I don't think he went house to house. He sort of stayed close to Rick for the most part of it, and his soldiers were in the houses.
He go to Rick's house.
Well, somebody knows he got a baby.
Carl
They were in
Yeah, somebody do.
Carl was in the infirmary because they were talking about the medications. Like, you're taking all this. Yeah, I don't think he's been in his house.
Well, some savior has been in his house because they took.
Yeah, because
I don't think Negan is in the house. We were talking about Negan knowing. I don't think he knows
but
because
if the
he
saviors
wasn't.
know, then Negan knows.
True.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
It's
They
just
may
a
not
plot
be-
hole.
They may not have thought it was a big deal to talk about it then because they didn't say anything about it.
You think the saviors took the medicine and just like broke it and dumped it out? Like, haha, you can't have it either. It's like,
I don't think they would do that to the medicine, but the beds, yeah.
I hope not. But
and they have their own doctor.
And that's why I said they're well off. It's not like they need the medicine. I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that.
they're not super bright.
I don't think they would do that with medicine. I think the beds are a little bit different though.
Yeah.
No, the doctor can use that medication. So
Yeah.
I think they brought it back to him.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Oh my god, I hate them so much.
I thought at first, because I kind of like Negan, I guess, in the comic, and I thought he was going to be cool on the show or charming. And he's just annoying as fuck. I can't stand him.
Yeah.
He won't
He's very
shut up.
oppressive.
It's bad.
He does have a nice smile.
He does have a nice
Not even that annoys me.
But
I
that
just want him to shut
Sticks
up.
out his
I
tongue or like
wow.
sucks his lips or whatever. Like everything he does annoys me.
yeah, this looks just nasty.
It's just that I think Jeffrey is just playing this part so well. I don't know. Maybe he's just.
It's just too much. I
It
don't
is.
dislike what he's
I
doing.
think there's
think-
too much scenery chewing. It's just like overwhelming.
Yeah, they've got to cut his scenes in half because he's saying everything he does in the comics, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's not working.
But even half of the stuff he did in the comics, he's not even. It's just like more to it on the show. You know what I mean? It's more to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just stop. You know.
What was the part when he said he had to cut his beard? That's like the second time he said he's gonna cut his beard, but I think he's waiting for Rick to cut his beard for him to cut his beard. To say I did it first.
But why?
Everyone
like
another saviors is
I don't
obsessed with
understand
somebody.
that line. Right.
One of the theories about the beard that I heard and I sort of like was the fact that he does keep his face close shaven, but because of all of the things that Team Family has been doing, it's sort of been giving him worries, so he hasn't been able to cut his beard off. But now that he's in control and being oppressive, he'll get an opportunity to do it now. He'll get an opportunity to cut it off.
Well, I'm glad that Team Family is giving him stress. He needs it.
Yeah. And I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy, but it was cute that he found out about that motorbike, the rocket launcher or whatever that was that they found.
Oh yeah.
Their inventory.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah,
cute.
but they don't have that much rocket launchers left.
They don't have anything, but
There was
oh,
like
okay.
4. Was it 4? How many was in that case?
I don't know.
Can I bring up a theory that may be relevant to upcoming episodes?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody I was watching today was mentioning that Tara's final episode is about her meeting some military folks, and maybe they'll be able to bring us some guns and maybe even some more manpower. They made a point of taking all our armory. So maybe when we get to Tara, she'll be able to replenish something to a certain degree.
Okay, well, sure. That's all. That's great.
Do we really need a whole episode of it?
Thank
No,
you.
not really. Not really.
Not
No.
even
We could
half.
I
just
won't
show
be
up
watching
with
that.
people and guns and we'd be fine.
Yeah, we get it. I'm not looking forward to this episode.
I won't
I think
see all that
Daryl's
chat.
episode was 12 million, 12.4 million.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
That's actually
That's why I was like,
I couldn't do it.
I watched it last night. I was like,
I'm really slacking. I haven't been looking at the ratings at all, so I don't really know what's going on as far as numbers for episode 2 and 3. But if you want to compare that to episode 1, that's gone down.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
it's gonna go back up because episode 4 has their faves in it. Like
Yeah.
they have Rick and Michonne in it, so it'll go up, and then it'll go back
Right.
down again because they like doing that. They like playing the roller coaster ride with us with Team Family and whatnot. But whoever wrote this episode did a fairly decent job on pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
do we know who wrote
Corey
it?
It was Corey, yeah.
Reed. Yeah,
It was Corey Reed.
Oh, I
When I
don't
saw
usually
it, I
like.
was a little bit more,
I'm
but
surprised.
Yeah,
Corey's not usually our friend.
definitely. Well, he wasn't really last night either.
The only thing that I don't know if that's going to be a possible issue, but the whole Hyde and Maggie thing could be an issue since Negan is looking for her, I guess, and
Yeah, like
Doesn't-
how
and
do they
she's
think that's
dead
gonna
but not
play out?
dead. So I wonder how they're gonna figure that one out.
But Maggie doesn't know she's supposed to be dead either. So if he goes to Hilltop,
But I think Michonne is in 5, and so maybe Michonne or someone from Team Family can tell her, girl, you need to be hiding. Every time you see anybody, you need to be under the bed, in the closet. You just need to be gone.
I guess I just don't know how that's
Oh,
gonna
God.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Mm-mm.
It's just gonna be interesting next week.
Yeah.
Wait, so who's in the episode next week?
The Hilltop.
I
And
think
then
everyone
Michonne.
except Negan. I don't know if
And
Negan's
I think Michonne and Carl is in the episode too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may even be
Okay.
Enid. Is that the one where she tries to leave to go to Hilltop too?
probably.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Mhm.
So Enid, Carl, Michonne. I thought I saw Rick.
Yeah, I think Rick and Michonne are in all the same episodes, so it seems like everyone
Together.
except for Savior stuff. Well, Savior's are on top, but not Negan.
Somebody brought up another inconsistency that I guess we would need another maybe bottle episode or something to explain why the kingdom was able to flourish. Hilltop seemed like they were flourishing, but Negan took the time to take stuff from Alexandria. Maybe it was because, he killed his men, that it's like his punishment. He's actually doing the work, where the other two communities, he was sending his lieutenants out to do the work, which is why maybe they have beds and other
But
amenities.
that's why they did what they did in the season finale in 6. Negan came out of his comfort zone to talk to these people who has been killing his people left and right.
Okay.
He got tired of it.
Mhm.
But we don't know that he didn't do the same thing to the other communities. We just
No, I really sent his henchmen out because if you recall at the Hilltop, they when they to one of their satellite areas,
Mhm.
they didn't actually talk to Negan directly. It was one of his guys. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But he killed somebody
But he
else.
still
back in
killed
there
the little
with Theo?
16-year-old, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody, I don't know. They probably don't
for
know.
Kingdom, they're not coming to Kingdom to get the pigs. They're meeting them somewhere on the road. So it is some kind of different dynamic going on with the communities. I don't know what the
Maybe
key
Ezekiel
is,
tried
but
to make a deal with him before
maybe
he
he
tried
is
to kill him.
I wonder if
by
those 8 people that Ezekiel lost have anything to do with it.
Oh, I imagine they do.
Right.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we'll
They
probably
definitely
find out
could.
that part.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like I just feel like possibly Shiva plays an important part in all this as well. And also Ezekiel, he seems pretty strategic to me. Like maybe this was all his idea. Like, this is our meeting point. We will provide you with all the things that you need, because his place is amazing. They got fruit trees, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It really is. I would love to live there.
And even the
I
doctors
wouldn't
couldn't have
even mind going to church on Sunday and hearing some choir music myself.
Not that choir.
I don't know what they would say.
Or a play, or what do they do in medieval times? Where you eat in a big hall, and mead, please. I don't know.
They're cosplaying Game of Thrones.
Yes, girl. I said that episode started out like that. I was like, winter is coming. When it started in the beginning, I was like, Game of Thrones. Am I watching Game of Thrones? So yeah. What's going on?
I don't know. I tried to find the most comedic side to the episode, because it gets me so heavily invested. I find myself stressing out for these people, and I'm like, this is just a show, but I'm heavily involved with these people because they're like my family, and I want them to be okay. So I don't know.
Well, what I was saying to Deanie earlier was I felt like this episode was a bit too much, because it feels like the same thing happened in real life. Like we elected this
an oppressor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
We're all under tyrants.
Yeah.
Negan's everywhere.
I didn't even look at it like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I did, because someone already someone that morning had a picture of Trump's face on Negan's body.
Oh God.
Well.
Yeah, one of the podcasts I listen to always compared Negan to Donald Trump. So
yeah. So we need to have an uprising.
Yes. Yeah. I was thinking through the whole episode, I can't wait until they get them back. Like, I know it's not going to be for a while, but I just cannot wait. I just want them to get their guns back at least.
Well, see, that's why I said I just thought it was so good to see those little hints with Rick, because it really was like a roller coaster. You had real high highs and real low lows. Him being so oppressive, taking all their guns, taking a lot of their medicine, leaving them food, making Rick say thank you. Basically, all the things he was doing was just so overwhelming. The Richonnes moments were good.
Especially like the minute they woke up that morning. And can I just say that to all the fans, or I don't know, that said that, oh, he was wearing a shirt to bed, we can actually put that to bed and say that no, he wasn't wearing a shirt. He was actually shirtless.
Does it matter? Because they were 10 feet apart.
They're crazy.
Yeah. And when she looked at him, when she turned and looked at him when they were laying down, I was like, oh, it looked like she want a pop pill, because she looked like, oh, you sleeping right now. Look like she wanted a pop pill. Wake up.
I don't know. They're just in a moment of frustration right now. I can get it. I can get where your back is towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot going on, and it's not to say like anything is wrong with them. This is nice. This is the new normal in a ZA. You know, and they're still working around it. They're fine.
And it's only been
they will be fine. I wouldn't say they're fine though.
Well, you know what? No, you're right. They will be fine. I mean, look at it. He knew that she was going out to practice.
Yeah.
Michonne's face when she said he knew what she was doing. It's so funny.
She was like, what?
You sound like a kid.
Yeah.
You know what he said, "Will you let me?" I just melted. I was just so happy. That just made the whole scene.
The part that made me happy was like, "I'm not losing you," and then he said, "Carl."
Yeah.
Like that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Finally, yes.
And he specifically said her first, and not like the whole
picture. I thought of you when he said that, and I think I paused it so I can have a moment of happy dancing or whatnot, and then I clicked it.
Yeah.
And then he said everyone else. But he was just near tears when he was like, "I'm not losing you."
Yeah.
And Carl.
It was awesome.
That I think that'll have to be our "I love you" because
that is an "I love you" though.
Yes. Because even that took her back when he said that.
Lori, not in a bad way, but like just the emotion behind it. It reminded me of his desperation at the beginning of the apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was magic. I really liked it.
So I guess the other thing I wanted to talk about was why he decided to tell Michonne about Shane and Judith at that moment.
I think he was laying his cards on the table because she, she's capable and she has to understand. She already probably understands, not probably, she understands when he said he didn't want to lose anybody. But she has to understand that along the way, there are other underlying things that he's been doing. And, I think he just said, let me go on and tell her this so she can really understand where I'm coming from.
I agree. It's like the depths that he would go to protect, and like he said, he had to accept this huge thing, and that's the kind of person he is, and that's what he was explaining to her.
And it also ties into the fact that family is more than just blood. You know how he loves Daryl, and somebody was talking about the longing look he gave Daryl when he was leaving. So he just loves, and he loves strong, and his love is real, and he's our Rick. So I liked it. I greatly appreciate them making that tie back. I'm happy Michonne sort of rolled her eyes, but still helped them fix the bed, because they're in it together. No matter what the decisions are, as the leader of that community, he has to take the brunt of the responsibility for what happens, the abuse for what happens, and he's taking it, and he needs her to support him.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like I don't really see what Judith has to telling Michonne about Judith's true paternity has to do with him accepting Negan being lording everything over them. It just seems kind of random. Like I get that he wants to say something personal to her, but why haven't they talked about it before? And then if they're going to talk about all this personal stuff, why haven't we seen Michonne telling him about Andre?
Well, I got that why he brought up Judith was while he was making up the bed and he sees her in the little baby monitor. So I guess maybe he was feeling sentimental because Shane, I did remember during their fight or their bickering for Lori, gag, Shane was like, "You're not made for this world," pretty much. You're like this Randy guy when they were like to let him go, live, kill him, whatnot, and Rick was just trying to do the right thing, and Shane was like, "You can't. You're." I just felt like that he brought up Shane because of the conversation that they had.
Well, yeah, but I could kind of see if he said, "I had a friend, Shane, who told me that we had to change the way that we operated in this world. Like, that would have made more sense to me than to say, hey, this child isn't really mine, and I just had to accept that. I don't know. It just...
The other thing is the fact that well, in my opinion, he's saying that he's responsible for people and he takes it seriously, and it doesn't matter about blood, and people have died on his watch. So he's going to have to eat crow, and he just needs her to understand that I've eaten it before. I've had to accept something that is really hard to accept, but I did it and I'm doing it. It's a day-to-day struggle, and that's why I think he mentioned it. Again, it probably would help some of those, maybe they call those Easter eggs or something, when you tie stuff back, and people always had that paternity question in the air. So that is something you give the audience and say, hey, we're finally answering this question, or at least letting you know what the character's thought on it is. But the reason why I think he did it primarily, again, was just to show her that it's good to be strong, but not in all situations is strength going to be what you have to address your antagonist with. You can't always be about your response to whatever is going on. You have other people that are following you, that are relying on you, that depend on you. And, even if she's not my child, I'm taking this responsibility. Just like I'm taking responsibility for those people that died. And then she comes back and say, well, that's not always your fault. And he says, well, sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't.
And again, it pretty much all comes back to that whole conversation he had with his former best friend. He will subconsciously always think, is he doing the right thing?
Right.
And that's what makes him a really good leader.
Because he cares.
It also reminded me of a conversation he had with Shane when he found out about Shane and Lori, where he says, it took everything not to punch you in the face. Like the same thing he said to Spencer, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That was the strength, was to not react to that and to just, keep pushing forward. It's kind of the same thing he's doing here. He wants to hit Negan with that bat, but he can't. So,
right. Consequence. Yeah.
But honestly, I thought Michonne would have known already, because what did her and Andrea talk about, if not that?
They were good.
I don't think
they were talking much.
I guess so. Wow.
Somebody was saying that there was a parallel between Michonne and Andrea and Carol and Morgan in the kingdom. That Carol was more like Michonne, wanting to leave and be gone, and Morgan was more like Andrea, wanting to stay and see what the kingdom had to offer. I thought that was interesting.
I don't know.
I guess I see that, but
and then they were separated, And
so does that mean Morgan's gonna start sleeping with Ezekiel?
Maybe.
Possibly. And he's gonna have to hit it. He's gonna have to kill himself with his stick, though. He's gonna have to, I don't know how he's gonna do it.
That's like a
he's gonna have
stretch
to kill
for
himself
me.
with his stick, though.
That's just a very big stretch.
I saw it because
Andrea was just tired of being on the road, and she fed into the whole "Welcome to Woodbury." Like, just fell in love with that whole idea of a community and shelter, a bed.
I think that's what Morgan is doing. He has Benjamin, the mentor, and you have the leader who's, asking for him to help with counsel or just, confiding with him. So I see the parallel. I do see it. I hope it doesn't have the same outcome, but I do see the parallel.
Well, yeah, Ezekiel isn't crazy and evil, so it probably won't.
Yeah. And then he doesn't want to go back to Alexandria with that war. He doesn't want to kill. So, of course, you're going to stay with the kingdom because it's all peaceful. And, he doesn't have to worry about all that.
And Carol not trying to go back either. That's not a good parallel.
Yeah.
Carol got that house. She good.
She good.
She got her chocolate. She's good.
She good.
She got chocolate and pomegranate.
Hot
and
chocolate.
Okay. and some white chocolate back at Alexandria, but we're not gonna go there about that.
Oh my
She just dipping it everywhere.
Yeah.
What is it about Carol?
What happened to Tobin?
He's still
We're
there.
gonna see him some episode coming up.
He's still in the episode.
Did he talk or maybe they just showed him?
I think he did say a little something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't
church.
think he looked back to see, what.
He didn't speak.
Well, they
He
focused on
didn't
it,
speak
whatever.
because they let Eric and Spot speak, but he'll speak soon. I believe I saw him in some upcoming episode. He'll have a part to play.
He'll be like, Carol, what's going on? Not I don't
You
know.
ain't thinking about Daryl.
He sure like,
Be like, I'm still alive. I'm good.
yeah, I'm good. You gonna get me killed. Yeah.
Right. What did you guys think about Spencer?
Oh God.
I felt empathy for him.
Really?
No,
you didn't.
I did.
Really?
Let me be the devil's advocate. Whatever you want to call it. This man did not intentionally set them up on this 2-gun debacle. He just happened to have hid the guns under wine and food and got caught, and he wasn't even there to justify when it happened.
Supposed to do that.
And if you look at the fact that everything happened after after Rick came to Alexandria, then yeah, he should have some resistance, just like anyone would question it. How would you not?
No,
now the question is, what does he do? What does he do? Shut him down.
Making a parallel between Rick and Negan, and it's like, no, they're not. Why do you keep doing
I wouldn't
that?
say they're parallel, but I'm saying it's not. It would be a whole different story if you just follow someone without asking questions, though. I think it's reasonable for him to, ask questions like, how are you making this any better for us? And he wasn't there during the lineup, so he can do that.
But Rick wasn't coming down on him. He told him, I'm not coming at you like that, but, what were you doing? He's asking questions. It wasn't like he was coming down on him.
He called him weak.
He had to ask. He had to be an ass.
Why is he still hiding food?
You know what I'm saying? And then start talking that smack. Of course you eat, because you ain't gonna do nothing to Rick. Why you talking out the side of your neck like that? You need to calm down.
Hasn't done anything.
So that's why I said I understand, Spencer.
You need to calm down.
I do understand. I don't think it was right, but I can understand it.
There was no kind of respect between them. Spencer did not like Rick.
From John.
Yeah.
Did he still want to be the leader? Who knows? I don't know, but I can understand him questioning him.
He just took I guess maybe because Spencer thought that he was going to take over the role because Deanna, his mom, was once upon a time the leader, but she gave it to Rick, rightfully so, because Spencer isn't ready to lead a
Spencer is literally a giant baby. Like,
yes. And your mama told you need to find your way. And he was like, I never knew my way. You still don't know your way.
That is correct.
I like that Rosita got up on him, though. I like Rosita, checked him. That was hot. But like I said, I can understand it, but he wrong, so.
He wasn't even paying attention to him. We're all out on the railroad track.
Yeah.
He was griping about the whole scenario and whatnot. And she was like thing. I'm telling you,
I was so proud of Rosita in this episode.
He would have been the demise of the community if he went and did his own whatever show, dog and pony show that he planned with those guns. God only knows.
I can't wait for him to die.
He just did wrong. He was like, Rick was just trying to be very understanding to him, and he tried to go in his face. And I was like, wow. Wow, where did you get these fake balls from? Show me, please.
Thank you, Izzy. I was the same way. I was like, oh, you need to calm down, because you ain't about that life. You was not going to be trying to get out of Rick like that. So you need to calm down.
If you notice, when people get into altercation, they wait for the person to start walking away. Did you see how far Rick was before he started
Rick
shouting?
was to his house. Rick was
Yeah.
to his front door. And he started talking crazy.
I was waiting to see what Rick was going to do, but Rick handled it so. His back was turned. He was calm, level voice, and he let him know.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I think he's still in charge. Deanie, that you were talking about all these little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I don't think no one would walk away from that. All that screaming and shouting. Take me to paradise. Is this paradise? And
it was
whatnot.
just that is definitely a reason why he's still in control. But the whole holding the bat and walking around with the bat, and I mean he was just so awesome. I really love this episode. I hate it, but I also love it. I'm just happy that I have hope that this too shall pass, as they say.
Yeah, I guess that's the nice thing about TV is that there's always hope. And it doesn't feel like it's that way in real life all the time.
Right.
And it's clear to see that the guy in power needs to be taken, to be dethroned. So it's just a matter of time and getting resource in the line to get that goal realized. But I just can't wait. I can't wait. And like I said, I love Rosita. I have always liked Rosita, but she went up another notch, and I think you guys would be happy to see Father Gabriel. He went up a notch. Maybe I still have my feelings about him, but he stepped up too.
I thought Father Gabriel was awesome last night.
Yes, he really
stepped
was.
up.
Yeah.
When did he dig those? When did he dig those graves?
That was an inconsistency.
Right,
That was
you were digging ass.
Put his collar on.
Was you digging overnight? What was you doing?
Exactly.
Wow.
Or did he just take off headstones?
That was an inconsistency because the length of the conversation would not.
How many graves was there?
Three.
Yeah. There was 3 graves.
Because they wanted to show that it was Glenn, Abraham, and then Maggie. When none of them are there.
They forgot Denise again.
Maybe that third grade person, maybe someone in the community, and he just played off as Maggie.
Oh, absolutely. But he was quick.
He said he was working. Was he lying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Hanging out with Rick.
Well, you didn't see the eye both Rick and Gabe gave each other. Rick was like, "Good, that's good. Good one on you."
Yeah, he Rick.
So he did it real quick, and then still was behind Negan to creep him out a little bit.
Yes.
Andrea, what did you say, Ash?
He said he was digging to Rick. Like, I don't know why he lied to Rick. So that's why I was confused.
Okay.
Maybe that's his hobby.
What are your thoughts on, I don't know if Rick is playing a game, or is he really conceding and falling under Negan's rule?
It's a game.
Yeah. Game.
I think
it's like chess.
I don't know. I think
It's a game.
No, it's like a little bit of both to me. I don't know.
It's a game because if you look
at the moment, he doesn't have the numbers. So I think when Rick sees that there are more people that can resist, then but I don't know. I guess at the moment he is really
I still think it's a game. I think it's a
game because Negan even told him when he was talking about Maggie, "You're looking at me that way. I told you about that." So he's there. He just has to play this part. He told Michonne, "I don't have the numbers, and why would we kill more people if we don't have a chance of winning?" So he is not at all conceding, but he is playing the role. He has to. He's in a position where he can't do anything but that. But each episode, hopefully, is helping us build to having more numbers.
Well, I don't think he's planning that yet because he does.
No, I'm just saying. No. He doesn't know what the end game is, but I know he's playing a role, is what I'm saying. But we know there's other episodes coming, so we're hoping that we get more resources with each episode, or at least an inkling
The thing I'm kind of confused about, so I don't know how to answer that question, is in the comics, they had Jesus there, and he skips off and follows the Savior, so Rick is playing a game here, and they didn't do that. So I don't know. I think he's kind of conceded at this moment until something comes up.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I just don't know, but I do agree with that ad.
Also, did we ever talk about, I don't know if I missed it, but Michonne's gun shooting skills? Because I feel like
Oh no, I think
they're not
She
that
was
good.
angry.
Maybe
the gun has a kick to it.
Emotional. So
It was weird to see Michonne not good at something, so I hope that's it.
I know connection. I didn't even hear what Ashley said.
We were talking about
Michonne's target practice scene.
Lack of gun skills.
Killing the deer instead of the
very lack.
I just feel like at the prison, when the governor came with his first crew, she had like some type of rifle machine gun, and she was shooting them no problem. But now
she said anger makes you stupid.
I think it was anger. She was
mad.
angry, and she just wasn't aiming. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was just weird when the walker was in the crosshairs and she still missed.
That's what I said. I think it had a kick to it as well. I think that rifle has a kick to it as well. They always say that when you get new guns, you have to get used to them. So it was. I think it was both of those things. She was angry, and it was a gun she was, actually literally practicing with. So.
But how many days has she been practicing? Because
she still ain't got it.
She doesn't know the gun yet.
It was just her first day. It's her first day.
Okay, so Rick was being hyperbolic.
Yeah, he was lying.
Oh gosh.
Is that in the comics that he's not good with firearms?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
It doesn't come up really.
I think they're just setting up for that comic book scene with Andrea. That's all I think. They're just doing that. They're teasing at that, is what I believe.
And when I saw that, I was like, "Well, goodbye to Sasha. We got Michonne sitting up here getting ready to take off. Kill a girl. Oh man,
maybe that's why she took it up, because Sasha left.
Yeah, Sasha finna die.
She's like, let me go practice.
Why we got Michonne with a rifle? Bye, Sasha. Bye, girl.
And Tara,
that's a fear too, because there was somebody else that they mentioned, and it was a crouched sharpshooter as well. So they may be, getting everything in position to remove somebody from our team.
I reject this notion. And let's talk about something else.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
I don't want Sasha to leave. I like Sasha.
I do not want Sasha to go.
I don't want her to leave either.
There's so many other people I'd much rather see go.
Yeah.
Daryl.
Take her.
That's why I want to see. That's why I want to see next week's episode, because I want to see how she is adapting right now. We saw Rosita was mad and focused and whatever. So I want to see how Rosita and Maggie are taking everything right now. And I wonder, are we going to get a funeral for Glenn and Abe or not?
Since
they're, skipping time and stuff.
I can't go back there. I hope not.
I think
we may not get it though, because they're skipping time. So yeah, we may not get that.
Usually when somebody's gone, they move on, and which isn't. I think Glenn deserved a lot more shine than he got before he died.
Exactly.
Yeah. He didn't deserve to just
go out like that.
Be a happenstance. Correct.
You know what? I don't even want to talk about it no more. It's just sad.
Seriously.
I don't really miss Abe. I feel bad about saying that, but
I agree.
I miss him because I was starting to like him. I told y'all that a while back. I was starting to like him. Yeah, I was starting to like Abe. He turned it around.
I just feel sorry for Sasha.
Yeah, and Rosita.
He can't get a break. But I trade
And
a
I
bunch
think-
of apes for him. I always want one back.
Yeah.
It still doesn't even feel like he's really gone. I saw a picture of him from season 5. I was like, oh.
He's still up under that dumpster. He's still hiding in that dumpster,
Exactly.
and he's gonna come out and yeah.
Been brought down.
What else? I have a question.
I don't know.
Is if there are any questions on the chat?
Okay.
I accidentally closed out from it. Sorry. You have access to it, Kay, or Ash, or anyone?
Well, we have someone here above Charity 16 says, Richonnes is a katana chick. Sniper rifles are hard to handle. She needed to relax, test the wind, and wait calmly until her target is in line perfectly. It's all about waiting and precision.
That's right.
I like that.
She wasn't in the right
She was
mindset.
not trying to wait. Yeah.
She was just shooting, and I'm like, girl, your shoulder gonna hurt, cause I mean, I know, that's hurt. She was just going in.
What was she doing at the end? What was in her bag?
Nothing.
Oh. I was like, what's? She's just sitting there. That was weird.
She needed some alone time, so I can understand.
Turn around
like,
an
going
empty
out by
bag.
yourself.
Get away. I guess you just. Another that I'm having a problem with the noise a gun make, to an air. If you guys ever notice, have you guys ever gone to a gun range? And
Nope, I have.
How loud it is?
Yeah, I have.
How the fact that she was shooting this so close to her shoulder area, like that would have made her drums
hurt. Yeah. Ringing. And a gun like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I just I don't know. It's like some of these things that they're doing, it's like
you have to close the door on logic sometimes.
A lot of the times with the show.
Yes. Yeah.
No, it's just
I was so happy with Rosita and Eugene. I think they can go back to where Denise died and get a lot of those bullet casings and start that process of creating bullets. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I guess he'll start doing that soon enough.
Under the watchful eye of who? I mean, who's going to be guarding Eugene while he makes his bullets? And
that's true. Rosita.
And then she's going to see him in a new light and fall for him.
Yeah. Yeah. He can make bullets.
Who just wanted to throw up?
Wait for it.
I mean, yeah, but that's still gross.
Yeah, he's gonna have to step it up because he was fumbling when she was leaving the gates about trying to get this radio system so they can jam to their jams. I'm like, what are you talking, Eugene? Stop that,
and I'm like, what kind of jams are you talking about jamming?
And they already got music, so they did.
Yeah, I'm like, need no radio.
I'm just gonna sit here and make this this portable whatever work. Oh, okay. We going out to do some real work, and you gonna play with a radio. Okay, that's all right.
They are on easy
He's
street.
gonna have to. He's gonna do a little different, I think, in a few. But they're still dealing with the loss of their friends, so give them a little leeway, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like 3 days.
Easy Street, like stuck in my head.
No, let's not talk about that song.
What song?
So bad.
Yeah, no.
I have fallen victim to some really, really, really terrible songworms. So I was really worried that song was gonna be in there for a while, but it was it was quickly replaced by a Wilson Phillips song, which I welcomed. But my husband was like, "What is this song you keep singing?" And I was like, "You know what? It's funny because I went on YouTube to look it up, and the numbers like skyrocketed."
Yeah. It wasn't even on. It wasn't even on there until after the show. They said they put it on there as a result of the show.
Yeah.
And it's crazy what Walking Dead can do to these people's careers, because I was like, I know this song, I know this band, and then all of a sudden people are like downloading it.
It's in my head now.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Ash. I'm so sorry.
Because it's a cheery song, so that has its place as well.
And it really is.
You have to hear it all day long, but it's a cheery song.
Cheery, yeah.
Wasn't Cherry to Daryl? Now was it?
No, they would let him sleep. But you know what? Somebody was saying that's a real tactic for when you're trying to break somebody. But they were saying, I think the most popular one was Britney Spears, "Hit Me Baby One More Time." They used that in Guantanamo Bay, I believe.
They use Spice Girls, "If You Want to Be," for Noriega. That was classic.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh my god.
I think it was I have to look it up, but I remember, and I was like, you know what? After a while, that song really does get to you.
I love the Spice Girls. Like, don't tell nobody, but I have both of their CDs. Look, I have the movie. I have the CDs. Oh, Spice Girls was my thing back in the day.
How many CDs?
I had
they
two.
Have 3.
Okay.
And the movie. I had the movie too.
But thank you, Emmy. Yes, high five. I'm not the only one. It was my girl.
I compared myself to I compared myself to for a time there it was between Sporty Spice, Scary Spice. Because I couldn't figure out what I was, because sometimes I don't know if you guys remember back in the 90s, I loved those butterfly clips. They were so cute.
I remember the butterfly clip. Yeah.
And I would put, a rubber band at the end. I will curl it, and then the butterfly clips will be right there. And then I would dress it with a tank top, a skirt, and I wore sneakers, like those chunky. There was like chunky on the bottom. You guys were talking about.
Yeah, they were like platform. They were platform.
Yeah, they were sneakers, and they were Skechers. And I was like, look at me, I'm Scary Spice.
I remember those days.
Yeah, man, the 90s were, pretty decent, but I think it was a Noriega Spice Girls, and it was a tactic. He surrendered.
He did. I would imagine.
Well, then I guess Daryl's gonna surrender soon too.
Looks like he already has.
Yeah.
I think he's indifferent. He doesn't have hope about his situation right now.
No.
Sucks for him.
Right.
I know, right?
I think he's okay. I mean, he has to suffer, so it's okay.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. I know somebody was saying on Tumblr, it doesn't matter what he did to get there. He doesn't deserve that abuse. And I was like, oh, girl, calm down. Calm down. He's going to get out of this. Calm down.
Yeah, he's not dead.
That's something that we know is going to happen.
You should have replied he's not dead, just in prison.
Yes.
Like Glenn.
Chill out. And to me, like I said, that ain't prison for him. He's fine. He never slept when he was in Alexandria. He
lived on the porch.
Girl, he ate roadkill. He never took baths. So he's all right.
This is his life.
Yeah. That's why I said he was the perfect one to do that too, because anybody else would have been, done something different. I think he was the one that needed to go through all that.
See, the real torture would have been him being Dwight.
I would have been dead.
What was that?
I said the real torture would have been him having to be like Dwight.
Yeah.
Like Dwight?
Right.
Because he's okay right now.
Right.
Lainey.
Hey, lady.
Oh no.
Well, Daryl's been open for like the last couple years anyway. It's not really that much of a change.
No.
Yeah, it's the same
really not. They don't have nothing to do with him.
Mhm.
Kill him.
He was stinky then, he's stinky now.
This whole say kill him.
Did someone? Yeah. What was that?
Who said that? It was the ghost of Glenn. Kill him. Kill him.
Oh my god.
You guys are mean.
That spooked me out.
It was me just saying that.
Oh great. Oh, okay.
I don't care if Daryl ever comes back. I don't like him. I really don't like him now. I don't think he's cute. I don't get it. I don't get the attraction to Daryl.
I don't get it either.
I have a friend who just started watching the show a couple years ago. She is just madly in love with Daryl. And all I can think is if some actual redneck dude was trying to get with you, you wouldn't want anything to do with it. But for some reason, you love Daryl. If some stinky guy came up to you and hit on you, you wouldn't want anything.
She would make him. She would
Did you ask her why she likes him?
Yeah, she's like, oh, he's really strong. And I'm like, no.
Okay, granted, he's looking really hard up and, just really messed up looking and raggedy and all that kind of stuff. I feel like Daryl, man.
Mechanic fantasies. You don't know. They make things going on with them.
I'm gonna
It's
be
hard to, for me, it's very hard to explain because I am a Norman Reedus fan. So to see him, on a big show is great. And I don't know. It's just personal for me. I
think it's different when you're a fan of him and then your first time seeing him is on this show and you're like, oh yeah. I don't understand that.
In the first couple seasons, I could deal with. I like Daryl, but like after that, he just started moping. And he got and depressed, and I'm just like, no use to it.
That is exactly when I stopped liking him.
Yeah,
because he stopped liking him after season 4.
So I'm gonna say it seemed like after season 4, you guys lost interest in Daryl.
Yes,
I was done.
Because then it was just like,
Rick
okay, now
said
y'all are just doing this for fans and stuff. He doesn't even speak half the time, and it's just the stuff y'all have him doing. I'm just like, ugh, can't take it.
So he ran out of usefulness.
You don't really have to communicate to say a lot. I don't know.
But you should communicate.
I'm a little slow, so I don't even read lips well. If you
if he don't open his
mouth or whatever, I'm like, I don't know what you. So no, that don't work for me. You got to talk.
Part of me is just salty because so many people are on Daryl's jock and other people don't get. They're like, oh, Daryl's the star of the show, and I'm like, Rick. So I don't like it when he gets, because I love Rick. I don't like it when Daryl gets more shine than Rick.
Right.
That's a good point.
But the thing is, it's so funny. People try to say he's the star of the show, but you look at episode 3, if he's such a star, the ratings went actually down from Carol's episode. It went down those were like some of the lowest ratings that they have had. Yeah. So that tells you something, that he does not carry the show, let alone an episode. He can't even carry an episode.
But he only had like 2 lines in the whole episode, so.
Because that's Daryl, he don't talk. They can't just make him talk.
Tell me what the ratings was for episode 2 and 3, really quick, if possible.
12.4 and 11.7, I believe.
There you go.
what 12.4 was episode 2?
2. 11.7 was episode 3.
Okay,
sure that's
17.0 was for episode 1, but somebody else said 17.1, so my numbers could be off. I don't know. I'm looking at Wiki.
Okay, so if you're gonna compare that to last season, episode 2 and episode 3 dropped severely from last season because Strangers last season was 15.1 million viewers.
That was season 5, girl.
No, listen, I know that. I know that.
That's last season.
It is last season, but the whole point is you have to look at the whole. The whole.
No, I'm saying you're on season 5 and not season 6.
Yes.
Season 6, the premiere was 14.6. The second episode was 12.1. The third one was 13.1.
But you're right.
So it's not that different.
Oh my God. Where is season 6? Oh shit.
Season 5 was 17.2, 15.1, and 13.8.
Yeah, season 5 was like pretty much like the peak. People have been saying that's like the peak.
File.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I would really like to. I would really love that this episode did great and got the rating.
Yeah, I
Do
hope.
we know yet?
Well, I watched it
I
about
don't
6
think-
times, so.
I don't think we'll know till maybe tomorrow or Wednesday.
Did anybody do the Twitter thing? People were saying that if you tweet while the episode's going on,
I forgot. Shoots.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I was too busy watching it.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
What is the Twitter thing?
What happened?
It
They were
something
saying
like-
they counted with the ratings to tweet during the show or something, I believe.
Are you serious?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I
I
forgot.
forgot.
Well, I tweeted, but I didn't know who exactly to tweet to. I kept tweeting to The Walking Dead and
Okay.
like that.
It has to be that. But that's it.
I would like to apologize for my ratings because I was looking at the wrong folder. And you guys, you know, it's just blame it on my eyes because they're just suck really bad. But season 6, episode 2 was 12.1 million viewers. And episode 3, thank you, was 13.1.
So it could just be a trend in watchers that they want to know what's going on, and then they skip a few episodes and they come back or something.
Right.
But if you were to compare these two, this season to the last 2 seasons, it's kind of subpar.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds the same. Well, not this episode, but
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
because
I'm looking at a graph now.
Strangers and Four Walls and a
And
Roof was in the 15 and 13 bracket. If you're gonna
I missed
round it
that,
off, episode 3, Four Walls and a Roof was 14 million.
that's
And
season
Strangers-
5.
Yeah,
which is
so
crazy. But season 5 is like this peak, which we know they're
Yeah.
not gonna do.
They're
But
not going to
compared
get
to
that
last
again.
season, it seems like they're on par.
No, if you look at
Well,
the graph, they've
you know,
actually
they do
dropped
a-
more than they did last season or season 5. Like
Mm.
From the premiere,
the
yeah.
premiere had
But that's
the
premiere.
most, still not as many as season 5.
well,
Right.
But
I'm
like
looking
the
at the
drop
graph.
from episode 1 and episode 2 in season 5 isn't as drastic as the one between this season.
Correct, because the graph on Excel here doesn't lie. It's giving me it's telling me that it's below, and if it's below, it didn't meet the standards to season 6. Well, so far, because we only hit 3. We only have 3 episodes. So you see, Deanie, ratings is my life. I have ratings for The Walking Dead, Outsiders, Game of Thrones, and Once Upon a Time.
Mm,
Oh, and
You
Queen
watch that?
Sugar. Would you guys like to know the numbers? Well, I don't want to open that up.
I
That's a good
would.
topic. That's a good It's a fairly new show anyway, so we'll have to wait until season 2 to talk about Queen Sugar. But it's really good, you guys. The numbers are good.
Oh, good. I was trying to
I don't know
recruit.
when I got so obsessive with ratings.
So I'm happy to know we Got good enough.
Oh, did you guys hear Jeffrey D. Morgan got nominated for a Critics' Choice Award for last season?
What?
For that one episode. That one episode.
Yeah, for guest
That
actor.
one monologue. Oh my goodness.
We got people who've been up on.
We were talking about that last chat. Maybe we need to know what they submitted because Andy should be up there for sure.
I don't know
been on there 7 seasons.
I think they just pick what they like. But I think that's a good thing if they're looking at The Walking Dead at all. So
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not looking at the right people.
Not the right people, exactly. So I can't get with that.
I mean, it's the start. They weren't even talking about The Walking Dead. Y'all want an Emmy before we got to start somewhere.
They weren't talking about The Walking Dead because of my conspiracy theory in our last chat.
What was your conspiracy theory? You know I wasn't here.
She said Daryl Bunt is the reason why we're not nominating The Walking Dead. He has friends in high places.
I think it's already, but
it's not. It's a believable conspiracy theory if nothing else. I can believe that.
Yeah, because they do blackball. I know that to be true.
And then somebody else said they wanted Andy to go to the BET Awards and be nominated on the BET Awards.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh no!
I said in the last chat they were talking about Andy going to the BET Awards, being nominated and going to the BET Awards.
Okay. What was this? Is this like coming
just
out?
Conversation.
No, that's not a thing.
Oh God! I'm like, they really
That might be the only way he gets an award.
Nobody is talking about this.
I was like, oh, he's gonna win. He's gonna win that because black people like him.
Just conversation.
Speaking into existence.
You put it out in the universe.
Put it out there.
Speaking of writing, did you guys hear about Ashley today?
Oh, we did not see that coming.
Yes.
No, what happened?
I did.
I don't know
what happened.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know? Oh my goodness! It was an amazing article. It was fantastic. Oh my gosh! Ashley was interviewed by a writer from BuzzFeed. Her and Black Lit Chick.
And Kendra.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an awesome article.
It was really long, but I was like, I just kept going. I was like, this is so great.
Yeah, it was like the longest article ever.
But
it was very informative, and it's just so funny.
Already, where we can read it.
What'd you say?
Did someone post it already where we can read it?
Yeah,
I posted it on Tumblr. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look at it later.
Yeah, it was there was a moment where she interviewed each of them, and I could literally hear Ashley in my head like responding. It made it very personal. Like, yes.
It was. We talked on the phone for like 45 minutes. So like I don't even remember what I said. I was like, I said this?
That's nice.
But, yeah, it was fun. She reached out to me and I was like, are you joking? This doesn't even sound real.
No, what was really funny was I did see your story come up, and I forgot to tell you this, and I guess maybe because no, this is good. I saw your story, Lemonade, come up on Twitter twice on my stream. Okay. Like it was like you guys have to be reading this. And it was Lemonade by, Cake by the Pound. And I was like, you know what? She is on Twitter. And to follow you. So maybe you probably got a couple more followers. But yeah, I saw it twice on my stream feed. I thought that was really cool.
It is. I can't believe any of this is happening.
Well, I'm just hoping that it will get the attention of the writers because because there are a lot of white men who's writing for these black women, and I feel like sometimes they're just really out of touch. You know what? I lie. They're just out of touch. Period. They just need to not write for women.
Well, then we wouldn't have any women. So if you would say that.
Well, no. What I mean is, if
Bring
if
more
you
female writers
for
into
a
the
black woman, at least try and relate. Like, try to make it believable. And sometimes they don't.
I mean, they can't. Yeah, like I said in the article, like, what are 5 white men gonna write for Michonne, really? But
Right.
I don't know. I'm glad they're trying because the alternative is not having her at all. That would suck. So
Yeah.
the next step is to get more people of color in writing rooms.
Oh yes.
You know, when you said that, I just instantly thought of Orange is the New Black Writer picture on Twitter. That was really messed up. I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Look at that.
And to have so many minorities on that show, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I like the last episode though.
I don't
Of
know.
what?
That one kind of
Orange
crushed
is
me.
the New Black.
Yeah, I kind of felt some way about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did too. They tried to humanize this kid, and I was like, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
it
do
just pissed me off.
You had
the
all
way-
your weight on this tiny girl. You mean to tell me this whole time you didn't know what you were doing? Come on.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's just me.
Yeah, it was obviously written by white people, so I was
Yes,
like,
girl. And then to have like comedic parts when it shouldn't have been funny, I was just like, I don't like this. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, y'all bringing up bad feelings again.
Yeah, let's get back on topic. Yeah, cause I'm about to get mad. Get back on topic.
So you guys think they're gonna bring in I'm getting off topic for a minute here because I want Deanie and Ash your opinion really quick because I know you guys watch this show. What do you guys think about this whole borderline laundry boundary line last episode once we found out the history of how Borderlands had gotten that those acreage? What do you guys think about that?
I don't know. I just want them to kill everybody because that story was terrible. I was so devastated. I was like, I wasn't ready for that. So whatever happens next, they better keep that farm. That's all I know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping that the cane that what's his face created or designed or grafted, I hope it works out. I hope it becomes sweeter and amazing. It did look good. I mean, I don't know if that's a real field that they use, but their sugarcane looked amazing. That was a nice look.
I don't know.
You guys should be watching the show. If you know what we're talking about, you should be watching Sugar.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Yes.
Definitely. Just say that.
I'm good.
Who are you?
Well, you guys, since we're kind of not really talking about The Walking Dead anymore, I need to get going.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. In conclusion, Richonne is fine, everyone. Richonne is fine.
They will be. I'm not worried about it. They'll be fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Is anybody worried about
this episode? But they'll figure things out.
Yeah.
I hope nobody's worried.
They're strong. They're really strong. So I ain't worried. I ain't scared.
All right, well, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you next week.
All right, bye.
Okay,
See you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.